This week in the Zillo Boys podcast, Mortal Kombat was okay. Falcon and Winter Soldier ended, and the Oscars happened.
I love you too, man. A lot of love in this room.
Love you, bud.
The Zillo Love podcast.
The Zillo Love.
Zillo Boys.
Valentine's Day,
all
Zillo
about
Love.
In the Zillo Boys.
Valentine's Day is going to be hot.
Valentine's Day is going to be hot?
Yeah, Zillo Boys Valentine's Day. It's manly. We're men.
Zillo-tines Day.
Zillo-tines.
Zillo-tines. Come on over.
Meat and guns.
Yes.
We are men.
Not Zillo-tines, but Zillo-tines. It's coming to a theater near you.
Good morning, everybody. You're listening to the Zillo Boys podcast. I'm Jacob, and that's Ernesto.
I'm Ernesto, and that's Jacob.
Real quick, for everyone who has been following or just listening to our podcast, we released a Mortal Kombat watch party video, reaction video, so take a look at that. Hope you enjoy that. We review the movie kind of at the end, but we're going to segue into a review now and just get our general thoughts about the movie. We are going to go into spoilers, so if you have not seen the movie... Spoilers! No.
Just like that.
I can continue the words. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Spoilers.
Boom. Boom.
Okay.
Boom. Now the words.
Mortal Kombat. Here we go. What do you think?
Again, I said this at the end of our watch party video. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. I know the generics. I know who Scorpion is. I know who Sub-Zero are. I know like a few of the people. I know them by name. But I don't know the lore. I don't know the stories. I don't know all the details. So I need to get your opinion of this before we actually move on to my opinion, because my opinion is kind of like baseline.
You want my opinion or you want my score and my opinion?
Well, tell me your opinion and then lead that into your score.
I kind of didn't hate it. To tell you the truth, man. I don't know, man. It wasn't great, but it could have been a lot worse, man. I mean, it was pretty bad, but I mean, you saw it. We watched it, man. We had a good time. I
think that good time was mostly based off the fact that we were laughing at it.
No, man. I mean, I enjoyed it, bro. It had some good action and some death moves we couldn't watch because of licensing and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But no, man, I thought it was okay. And I think he just tried, instead of making his movie, he made a movie trying to make a sequel at the same time. You know, and he tried something different with the Cole Young guy. Obviously, that was Crash and Burn. Hopefully, you know, he's the side character in the next movie, and Johnny Cage is the man. You know, but. I don't know, dude. I mean, he tried, and that's all you really can do sometimes is try, man. You know, and he's trying to make everybody happy. It's hard to make a movie and make every. I mean, I wasn't happy, but you know, some
I
people
wasn't happy.
Some people might be happy. Like my favorite character, man. They left him out of both movies of the last two movies, and they finally bring him into this movie, and he's badass, and they kill him.
Who was your favorite character that they
Kung
brought
Lao,
into this
man.
movie? Kung Lao?
Oh, the hat dude, man. He was badass, dude.
Man, that guy, really?
And
he was
then
in it for 3 seconds.
I don't know.
And then he had one really cool fatality. He had the best fatality.
Yeah, it was dope.
He had nothing else that was cool, though.
No, man, he fought a little bit. Oh, he looked cool to me. I'm sorry.
He came out of the ground with his hat. Is his hat like teleport him? Because at one point he was just a hat, and then he just came out of the ground in his like full form.
He has teleportation powers
with his hat.
No, just him, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it may have changed. I don't know. The move it varies from sequel to sequel. I don't know.
Varies.
So,
all right.
What do you think? I give it definitely, to me though, the 1995 version is probably by far
for sure
the better movie. But it was cool, man. Yeah. I dug it.
Did you appreciate the R rating and that they actually got some fatalities?
No, man. I think they were like, oh, it's borderline NC-17. I didn't see anything special that was NC-17 on this thing, man.
Yeah.
They said they like. It kind of felt like Zack Snyder, Justice League rated R just a little bit further, you know.
Yeah.
Because even the one fatality where Kung Lao cuts old girl in half, it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't see, you know. It was all right, you know.
It wasn't great, and I think that goes into like real quick. What's your score?
5.
5
That's
out of
being
10?
Nice. 5 out of 10.
All right.
That's
being nice.
5 with a smile.
Really?
It gets a smiley face sticker and a 5, so it's a good 5.
All right, it's a good 5.
I had a good time watching. I'd watch it again, man.
I'm glad you had a good time. I didn't really I had a good time in the watch party. It was a fun watch party. Well, watch the watch party and go subscribe if you haven't watched the watch party or subscribed. That being said, I didn't really like the movie. I think it was just average at best and just not good at the end of the day. The reason being is I don't know Mortal Kombat as much as you do, but I know that there's a lot of really cool characters that they could have brought into the story, and instead they decided to make a new one. And what they should have done is actually made him interesting. Instead, we have Cole. He's the most boring, cardboard piece of crap character I've ever seen in my life.
Dude,
he just sleepwalks through this role.
And no knock on Homeboy. You know, I'd give it to him.
No. I'm sure he did the best with what he was given.
And it's the lead in Mortal Kombat, so, you know, someone's going to take this role, and he might as well be him. So, and he tried, but, oh, my God, yeah.
I think the movie forgot about him at some point, too, because as soon as Kano entered, who was the only, like, really good character throughout the whole movie, they forgot about Cole for a minute. For like a solid 10 minutes, he didn't even speak. And the movie was like, oh, we actually have a character with personality. Let's let him talk, because Cole's boring.
I can't defend that, man. I don't know what to say, dog. You're right. I don't know what to say. You're going to be like, and what? I'm with you, dog.
What do you mean?
I agree. So,
you have any defense for your statement, sir?
So I don't know, man. Maybe, hopefully, like I said, the next movie he goes to the side and...
Yeah.
Because they should have just had more Scorpion and more Liu Kang and more Kung Lao. And
I think they just should have explained the story, because as a fan, not even as a fan, like as someone who is familiar enough, I don't know all the lore. I don't know everything. I am the most like sideline person. Like I don't know everything. And they didn't explain the lore. They didn't explain like the world. I didn't understand like the specifics.
Like you don't know why Outworld wants to get Earth. Yeah, you're just like, oh, we want this planet, and that's... Just because, because the lore is crazy. Like there's like elder gods and super beings, and it's like it could be its own Lord of the Rings if someone would just take the time to make a good. You don't even need a lot of special effects, man, and just keep it, you know, practical. You know, just find a way to make it work, but put more into the story, man. Because dude, this thing is mortal. It's Mortal Kombat 11 right now. It's not 11 because it's a stupid game. It's 11 because it's a badass game, and it's got badass stories and badass characters. It hasn't survived, 25 years in the arcades and on consoles because it sucks. Yeah. It survived because it's sick. Mm-hmm. And when someone finally takes the time to make a movie about that, it's okay. This one was all right, but when someone does that, this movie will be badass. I'm just telling you,
I think that's a clear distinction between two movies that were released on HBO Max pretty recently. One of them is the Snyder Cut, and that was a movie that has been clearly very popular with fans and audiences.
I loved it.
And it's also shows the director's vision 110%. Like, this is my vision. This is everything. This is all that I have to give in once, and it was a good story. It was an interesting story, and it was an improvement on the other story that came. This was a story that the studio felt like they had to tell. There was no story that needed to be told. There was a property that they could make money off of, and the studio hired a director that barely did anything. He was a
first-time director. And a first-time script writer.
Yeah,
I mean.
And like, look, props to them for trying. Like, I get that you're trying, but there was no clear vision. Like Zack Snyder's, there was a clear vision and a clear story and something that needed to be told. This was not a story that needed to be told.
Someone like Peter Jackson, or someone like Guillermo del Toro, someone like Taika Waititi, someone like that needs to come and take this property and actually show it respect.
Yeah,
that's what it needs. Not just someone who's actually going to show it some love. Because, like I said, there's a story to be told. There's a crazy lore here that is just insane, dude. You know, and
you see the Mortal Kombat fans go crazy and like explain like the details and all the characters and how much backstory that all of them have. There's a story to be told.
Like in 1995, it was hard for people to grasp that people could conjure magic. Mm-hmm. Magic is in our movies. It's in our TV shows. It's in anime. It's in cartoons. You don't have to explain magic. People can just accept it for what it's like. Hey, I have magic. Okay. Everything else has magic, so why not? Yeah. People, I don't know. Sometimes you don't have to explain stuff to people. You can just, people can accept it for what it is. And I think that's where the storytelling, suffers because they feel they have to explain that to people.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can tell this stuff visually. You're able to, like, the audience is not as stupid as a lot of these studios think. If you are able to bring a director on who's able to bring this vision to life visually and introduce this world in a natural progression way, you don't have to have characters explain, like, well, this is what this world is and this is what this world is. You can do that naturally. I just think studios just think we're dumb.
And also, man, like Tobias and Boone, the creators of Mortal Kombat, their name they weren't even on this, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Like, what? Why would you write a movie about Mortal Kombat without having the people who made Mortal Kombat in the same room with you?
Because it's the studio that just wants to make a buck out of it. They have a property, they have the rights to it, and we want to make money off it. And this didn't feel like a vision or a story that needed to be told. It felt like the studio saying, hey, we have a mandated story that we have to earn the rights for. Right. So we need to make a movie off of it. So here's our movie. It wasn't great, but it could get like a little bit of money at the box office. And I don't even think this is going to make a lot of money.
No, dude, it made $50 million already. It's made like
I take it back.
It's made like $50 million the weekend, and I think the budget they said was $50 million. So
okay, they got their money back.
They might, if they have another good weekend and do some HBO sales. They might come. I don't know. We'll see, man. You know, there were some elements I liked, and there were some I didn't like, and some I hated, man.
Yeah.
But also, man, that movie would need like a $200 million budget, bro.
Yeah.
For all the, for the sets and just because the sets looked awful, man, in this movie, dude. Like
it was cheap.
They look like the Mandalorian sets look way better than the stuff they were using in.
And their sets weren't even real. It was mostly digital.
I would have rented the what's it called? The thing they shoot at.
The shooting range?
The volume.
Oh, the volume, yeah.
The thing they shoot in, the digital.
Like the shooting of like the shooting range? What?
No, the volume.
I know, yeah, like there's a big giant like IMAX studio.
Yeah, I would have rented that instead of doing that for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, they're not with Disney. They don't have the budget for that. There's no way.
So I gave it a 5.5. What do you give it?
I got a 3 out of 10. I didn't like it. Man. The only reason I'm giving it a 3 is because Kano. I hated following this story. I hated following the story with Cole. Cole was boring. Cole was cardboard. I hated Cole.
So
yeah, there's our 3 out of 10 and 5 out of 10 for you. What is the next topic? I'm looking at our topic. Oh, yeah. So this is not a movie topic. This is something that was in the news as of recent, and I just wanted to bring to your attention. And to be 100% clear for people who are listening, I am not... Ernesto doesn't know anything about what I'm about to tell him. But a lot of people who are listening to this, and maybe a lot of people who are listening to the news, are aware. So there was this guy named Josh during the pandemic who messaged his friend Josh and said, hey, I'm going to fight you for the name of Josh, just as a joke. He's like, I'm going to fight you for the name of Josh. And somehow or other, that got into some kind of big message feed where there's like thousands of Joshes. And he messaged all of them and say, hey, you know why I've contacted you? All of your name is Josh, and we are going to meet in this specific location, and we are going to fight for the name of Josh. And the winner of this fight gets to keep the name of Josh.
What?
And it's kind of like the raid on Area 51 that happened a while back when Area 51 was not discovered, but like released publicly, and people were saying, let's go raid Area 51. It's kind of like that, but it kind of played it for as a joke. Okay. So that happened recently. That happened like a few days ago. And all the Joshes met in like one certain location, and they had pool noodles, and it was a giant Josh brawl. It was essentially like the fight in Braveheart, but with
a tournament of Joshes.
Yeah, it was more entertaining. It was more entertaining than Mortal Kombat. But
I believe that.
It's actually on Fox 4 News, 100 brawl in Nebraska field over the name of Josh. Cool. There was this whole freaking fight.
There can be only one.
And the winner of the fight, this is actually kind of really heartwarming. It was like a 5-year-old little kid whose name is Josh, and they crowned him the King of Joshes.
The King of Joshes.
So
that's cool, man.
Good on you, Josh. High five. You are now the King of Joshes.
The King of Joshes.
Good job, Josh. Well done. Cheers. Honestly, cheers to Josh.
Cheers for Josh.
The King of Joshes. Well done.
The King of Joshes. That's Caitlin in the background. We're talking to Caitlin.
Yeah, my girlfriend Caitlin's in the background. She just put her hand in front of the camera.
Can we give her executive producer credit on this one?
Yeah, sure. Show? I'll put her in the credits.
Is that cool? You'll be executive producer on this show? Executive producer.
Yeah, her hand. No, I'll be Caitlin's hand. Caitlin has Caitlin's hand. All right, our next topic. We are going to review the final episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, as a whole, what did you think of this series before we actually get into the final episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier? I'm putting this on you so I can actually bounce off you because I don't even
want the whole series or just the episode.
The whole series. Like, what did you think of? Like, did you like it better than WandaVision? Do you think WandaVision was better?
I liked it better than WandaVision for sure. Yeah,
gotcha.
I did. I mean, because not a knock on WandaVision, I liked it too, but I just that's like a whole new story thread. This is kind of familiar. Bucky and Falcon and Cap and the Shield. I don't know, man. Like I said, making a TV show is hard, man. And for a studio to come out and try to turn this into a TV show, it's been difficult the last couple of go-rounds. But as a whole, I think it was. I liked the last episode, man. I think Sam looked sick in his his suit with his vibranium wings and. When he took the shield and put it behind him like Cap would. Yeah. And was like kicking ass like Cap. I was like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But
got his Rocky montage.
Oh, excuse me. A message was sent, and overall it was a good message, man. Because overall, it was like what Sam felt like he needed to represent, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he talked with some effing heart, man. Like he told these people, man, like, say, dude, things are, I may be, Captain America, but man, you need to work on this shit, man. Like, dude, like, he's for real. It is, man. It's not just about that stuff. It's everything. You know what I'm saying? But he's still gonna represent the red, white, and blue, man. And I wish he would just be Falcon because I don't think he's a mantle. But
yeah, I honestly like once you said that idea. On the last few podcasts that Captain America should not be a title that's just passed down. It's not a mantle. It should just be Steve Rogers. I agree with that. I think it is Steve Rogers. This series clearly wants it to be Falcon. I do like Falcon. He's a good character, and I think he's very honorable. And I think if we were going to get a Captain America out of the two people that were going to be chosen, I think Falcon deserves to be the one because Bucky has his own demons that he has to deal with.
Sam, that dude's like, he was telling him, I wouldn't be, they're not going to accept a black Captain America. You shouldn't even be Captain America because you're black. And Sam makes a effing believer out of him, dog, and flips him, dog, and, flips the script on him. Like, and he even gives him a spot in the memorial, you know what I'm saying, in the museum and stuff. And he's like, yeah, you're special, man. So I believe if anyone's going to carry this shit, it's going to be Sam, dude. Yeah. And Bucky, not a diss on Bucky, but Bucky's gonna do his own thing, man. And I think they're gonna be together as a team, which kind of cool, man. And he was doing some dope stuff with that shield, man. Like he grabbed the shield and he called old girl. He's like, I'm about to do it. It needs to be time, and he does the flip and throws it, and it was sick. I liked it. Yeah, you didn't like it?
No, it's not that I didn't like it. I think as a whole, I enjoyed it. I think it's a well-paced, and I really like that Marvel has kind of been taking it a little slower with some of the characters, because there's a lot of slow character-building moments in this series and in WandaVision. Right. And I appreciate those moments. I appreciate the moments that the characters actually get to sit down and just have a conversation. That happens a lot with Sam. That happens a lot with Bucky, and I really liked that. It really builds on their characters and makes me appreciate them a lot more than I did before. I get the political messaging. Regardless of that, I think the ending of Falcon going up to the political leaders and saying, essentially, just be better. I didn't find that realistic or really super genuine.
Oh no, it's not realistic. No one's gonna say that to the president of the United States. Hey man, be better. It's not.
He's gonna go back to the White Office all right, I'm gonna be doing the same thing.
It's cool. He tried. Yeah, in the MCU, he's like, "Hey, government, y'all are messed up."
Yeah, but apparently his speech actually did something because you hear like in the radio that they're changing like their operations. Like, oh, so that one speech actually, like, I don't believe that. But at the same time, like, I did appreciate a lot of what this series did at the very end. It was a very contained story about these two people, more or less about Falcon than Bucky, because I think Bucky got sidelined in the last episode.
And the Flag Smashers sucked, man. Like,
the Flag Smashers were never
died
good.
And no one cared. It was like, God. She's like, Black Cruel World. I'm just like, who was that again? Like, what was she doing?
I think her name was Jalissa.
Oh, and at the end, freaking Zemo's butler kills the super soldiers.
Yep.
Oh,
well done. Sick. Good job, Zemo.
And then what you call it? wow, what you call John Walker becomes U.S. agent.
Yeah.
She's like, when we
Why did they make him a good guy? I don't know.
No, he's not. He's a bad guy. He's going to be a bad guy.
Here's the thing. They had a perfect opportunity to have a good fight between him and Falcon, or a confrontation or something to resolve that arc, but they didn't do anything with him. They made him a good guy.
Well, they announced there's going to be Captain America 4.
Yeah.
So maybe he's going to be the bad guy. Him and Zemo are going to be the bad guy in Captain America 4.
Maybe.
I don't think they're going to call it Captain America 4, though.
No, I don't think that. Well, no, that's not true, because Captain America movie is now in the works. Now, Captain America 4 is in the works. It's been confirmed.
I know, but they never did like Captain America 1, 2, or 3. It was always like a
Technically, they kind of did, like Captain America, the First Avenger, Captain America Winter Soldier, and then Captain America Civil War. So that's technically like the combination, and if you count the other movies as well, of his arc.
I mean, do you think they'll call it Captain America 4? Or do you think they're going to call it... I think they call it Captain America Falcon's Edge or something like that. I don't know. But
Captain America, or is it?
Or is it?
I don't know. Like I appreciated... It was an entertaining series. I appreciated the chemistry between the two characters. I agree with you. I don't like Flag Smasher. Flag Smasher was just a useless villain. Every time it cut back to them... It just was a screeching halt. All she talked about, literally like half her dialogue throughout the entire time, was one world, one people.
That's it.
That was it. That's all she spoke in quotes. She only spoke in quotes throughout the entire movie.
So, I mean, they're probably not going to be the bad guy going forward. Like I said, in the next movie, it's probably going to be...
I hope not. They were boring. I don't think anyone liked them.
She was like, when we call you, we're not going to need a Captain America. We're going to need a U.S. agent. I was like, oh, he looks all psycho. Like, yeah like, give me a... like.
He's actually like a little kid, like, I'm Captain America again, I'm back. Like, please don't.
He looks like a schizo, man. Like, he's ready to kill some people, man. Yeah.
It's just kind of weird as his girlfriend staying with him and is like, I just saw him murder someone on live TV, and like, no, I'll stay with this guy. He's clearly stable.
No, she's like, hey, he had a point. All right. He was making a message there, for people to understand. He's the real Captain
Yeah, Captain America's a killer now.
Okay, so...
I will mess you up.
So, yeah, I liked it. I'll give it an 8 overall.
The whole series or the last episode?
So... The last episode, 8.5, but the whole series, an 8.
I give the last episode a 6 or a 5 out of 10, just because I really wasn't impressed with that last episode. And I think it kind of, like, I wasn't really impressed with the action. I wasn't really impressed with, there was no real, I liked the ending of both characters. I really liked... Bucky going back to his family and hanging out. Falcon going back to his family and hanging out, or Captain America going back to his family and hanging out. And then Bucky and them just like drinking beer at the end, and Bucky got to hang out with his kids and flirt with his sister again. And then all of that was really cool.
Girl.
And it was really cool to see Falcon like taking pictures and hanging out with his family at the very end. Like that was a moment that built up to, and I really liked that. So I really liked that. It was a good combination of Falcon's arc. It was a good combination of Bucky's arc, and I kind of like how they snuck in the fact that it's Captain America and Bucky and the Winter Soldier, which just means that Bucky will just always be Bucky, the sidekick.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Going for, I've already asked you this before. I'm gonna ask you this again.
What's up?
Since you didn't like WandaVision too much, and you didn't like this very much, are you still stoked for Loki?
I'm still stoked for Loki.
Cautious.
I'm always cautious of Marvel, especially with after WandaVision. Like, I'm not interested because again, WandaVision should have been the jumping off point for new stuff. It kind of was, but didn't commit. I think I will agree with you. I actually liked Falcon and Winter Soldier more than WandaVision. I can actually see myself like watching that again in the future, and I don't really have an interest to go back to WandaVision. But I think Loki just has the potential to knock everything out of the water.
Because what's the show after Loki? That comes after Loki.
I don't think there is a show. I think the movie started up again.
I think it's What If.
No, you're right. Yeah, What If comes after that.
We get what? Black Widow in
Black
July.
Widow, the Eternals.
And when? When does the Eternals come out?
Good question. Don't know.
Go check that
and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay, so what do you give it?
I will give Bucky. I guess Captain America and the Winter Soldier a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Like overall, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Bucky and Falcon. I enjoyed, for the most part, fake Captain America's arc, and I enjoyed a lot of like the details with that. But I did not
Zemo.
care for. I loved Zemo. Zemo was awesome. I think Zemo was the big surprise for this series.
Turkish delights.
Turkish delights.
Turkish delights, my favorite.
Indeed. All right, next topic. Rian Johnson will not or cannot direct any episodes with The Mandalorian, and it doesn't look like he's going to be continuing with Disney going forward. I do want to get your opinion on this real quick because I only read a little bit of the source that he's not going to be directing any episodes of The Mandalorian. Either because he's too busy with the schedule or because that Disney has kind of turned a little bit.
I think what happened is he like called Kathleen Kennedy. He was like, "Hey, you know, I really like to like direct an episode of The Mandalorian," and I think like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni was like, "Hey, like no, like we don't want you near this." But I mean, that's what they're saying. I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
I was going to like take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rian Johnson, he was like I said, he was maybe 2 or 3 scenes away from a really awesome Star Wars movie.
I think he's about 50% of a bad movie and 50% of a pretty good movie.
Like I could accept all the stuff with Luke Skywalker being messing up and trying to kill, but at the end I just felt like he needed to have more to the character. Move a little closer.
Yeah, move a little closer.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure if he was to come in, they wouldn't say, "Hey, do whatever you want." They're gonna be like, "Hey, this is the narrative. This is you.
There's
like,
restrictions.
You got this much room to work with, like that much room to work with,
Yeah.
and if you don't want to work with that, you can go kiss my butt."
Yeah, because here's the deal: Rian Johnson's a great director.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
yeah.
any deny. Like, if of anything, the cinematography and the direction and the actors of The Last Jedi, I don't think anyone can fault that because the direction was beautiful, the cinematography is beautiful, and the acting for the most part was pretty good. And I just think the problem with that movie was the writing. And if they're going to allow him to come in, which I think they probably should because he's a really good director. Again, Knives Out, he's capable of doing really, really good movies. They should allow him to direct, but they shouldn't give him creative control or like writing control. They need to give him parameters, and I agree with you on that.
And if he was to do it, they would be within parameters, man. And maybe he might learn a thing or two by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Like being on the set with these guys, you'd be like, you know what? I didn't get it, but now I do.
Yeah.
Like I've learned from the masters. Now, give me another chance to go redeem myself.
Definitely. Because I think one of the biggest problems with some of the Hollywood like elite people is to say that there's nothing that you did wrong. I think the biggest problem with what his response was to the criticisms of The Last Jedi is I did nothing wrong and I 100% stand by what I did. That's 1% to stand by what you did as a creative. Like, I'll stand by my creative decisions as a director myself, but I'll also understand, like, dude, I'm not perfect. I have faults, and I will allow people, like, if people have a better opinion than me or a better, like, an option like this would work better than what you have, then I'll agree with that for the most. I'll try to, like, work with other people, and I think that's what he should have done. He should have recognized, like, no, there are faults to this script, and there are faults to this storytelling, and then the movie that you made. And what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have created is an environment where creatives can come together and work together, not just say, like, no, I know better than you. Like, I know my Star Wars, but let's see what you have to say. Because I want to hear your opinion as well. I want to work with you. I don't want to, like, be top dog. I want to work with you. Let's have this a partnership. So
Absolutely, man. I'm totally with that. I think it'd be like that, man. Like, they'd be like, come in and let's work as a team, man. And because that's the problem with like Hollywood. There's a lot of like everyone gets a lot of yes men, they tell you exactly what you want to hear. And me as a person, like I'm a strong believer in the truth will set you free, but first it's gonna piss you off. Yeah, and that's just from something I believe in. So I'd rather someone give it to me like, hey, this movie sucks, man. We should really redo this story because this ain't working, bro. I love you, and I'm glad you gave me the job as producer. Because because you couldn't pick anybody else. But we need to rethink this, bro. And I think we need more people like that in Hollywood, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people who are not kind of what Falcon said to Bucky, like, you ready for some tough love? Yeah, some tough love. Yeah. It's like criticism, but not in a way where I'm demeaning. Like, an understanding that I want to make a good product with you, and I'm trying to shift you in a way where I'm going to improve the product in the end.
Because the season's they write the season. They write the scripts. Yeah. They just pick people like to direct those episodes. Yeah. So that it would already be written by them. He would just come in and direct it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he wouldn't really have story. I don't know, man. like people had a lot of hate for the prequels. Mm-hmm. And now you get a lot of prequel love. Because, forgive and forget, dude.
Yeah.
I think Rian Johnson deserves some forgive and forget too, man.
He does. And again, I think that will come over time.
You know,
I will probably always have, I don't think my opinion will change a lot on The Last Jedi. I have respect for what he did, and I have respect for the things he tried to do that I don't necessarily think he succeeded in, but he definitely tried, and especially in like a big Hollywood movie. I think that he just has rooms to grow, and if given the opportunity, which I think he should, I think he should be given a second chance and an opportunity. He can learn, he can improve. And
to tell you the truth, you know who I like to see come and direct an episode? I would like to see George Lucas come and direct an episode of The Mandalorian. I think that would be sick, dog.
That would be the biggest tip of the hat.
Or Steven Spielberg come direct an episode of The Mandalorian.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, could you imagine that? Or Guillermo del Toro come, you know.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm really interested in
seeing what Guillermo del Toro would come in. That's the coolest thing about the show, too. Not just the show, but who was the guest director.
Yeah.
Because each director brings their own flavor to it.
Yeah. It's really interesting to watch like the behind the scenes of like the Disney documentary of Mandalorian and see like these individual directors. They're all so freaking different, but all of them have their own individual spin, and they're all really good.
I think it's funny how we're supposed to be talking about Rian Johnson, and then we went to a Mandalorian.
Yeah,
it's
still Star Wars related.
Like wormhole. Yeah,
yeah. But it's really good. I think he deserves an opportunity to direct.
Yeah, they will not let him fail.
Yeah,
again.
So. Anyway, next topic. Zack Snyder is being eyed to do a Ghost Rider reboot.
Can I just say this?
Go ahead.
Holy shit, man. Are you serious? You know how... What do you think? I think it's a good job, Marvel. Go get him, dog. Go get him.
I think for Zack Snyder's visual storytelling, that is a match made in heaven right there.
Yeah.
Imagine how good he is going to make Ghost Rider.
How dark it's going to look, dude, and just demonic and oh man, cuz like the Terror Demons in Zack Snyder those things look evil, man. They look, and even like, you know, Steppenwolf, he looks, you know, like demonic almost, you know, like a
I mean, like even like his creature design for Steppenwolf, he looked terrifying. He looked freaky, but he also had some vulnerability to him with his eyes. So he could do that with this Ghost Rider character, even though he's like this, you know, he's a Ghost Rider. He's a skeleton on fire. But he could still give him some humanity in that. And I'm really interested to see how Marvel is going to take his visual storytelling. Because maybe
it's not going to look like Marvel, dude.
No, it's so different.
Oh, it's going to look like... I don't even know what it's going to look like because it's going to be his visual style inside the MCU, so I don't even know how that works.
Maybe one of the Marvel executives was like watching the Snyder Cut, like, wow, that's pretty.
And
we need to get him to do this.
You know Marvel's going to let him do whatever he wants. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like, okay, you got the cred. You know, the Snyder Cut was dope. What do you want to do, man?
Yeah.
You know?
I think from a purely like filmmaking standpoint, there's been an outcry for like the filmmaker community for Marvel movies in the past where their movies haven't looked great. It's kind of been like bland.
Right.
But the DC movies, for all their faults, have had like a lot of really great visual storytelling, and their movies have been really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think Zack Snyder is one of the main reasons why. I think his way of visual storytelling is really dynamic and really interesting, and it's dark. It's a certain style, but it's very, very pretty. And I think, like, especially with their series, they've been improving their cinematography a lot, and I think that's something that they're going to improve for the future. So maybe they'll allow him more creative freedom. I don't know.
All right,
what do you think?
I say hell yeah, man. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see Army of the Dead, dude. I can't wait to see that, dude. Whew. I mean, yeah. Let him bring him to MCU, man. Bring him to the MCU. Let him do his own thing and let him just surprise you, bro. And Marvel will let him, they won't get cold feet.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, if you're going to take Ghost Rider as a franchise, we're going to give you, your 2 or 3 movies, and we're going to let you tell your story. It's not going to be like, DC, we're like, oh, hey, we're not making no money, so let's stop everything you're doing and change it. That's not going to happen to him.
I know we have a storyline, but we're going to make a Flash movie specifically to erase everything.
Oh,
that we just
what
did.
if he brings Blade into Ghost Rider?
Oh, my gosh. That's a match made in heaven right there.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine that, bro?
Ooh. Who's Muhammad? What's his name? The guy who's going to be playing Blade?
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali. Why did I say Muhammad? Mahershala Ali. But, oh my gosh!
Because they're going to look. Because he likes to play. He likes to build worlds. They're like, well, if you want to do this, we're going to let you play with these characters. Yeah, that'd be a badass way to introduce Blade.
Do you think it might be hard for Zack Snyder to do that in like a 2-hour runtime? Because he does have problems with that.
Oh my God! Well, that wouldn't be enough time.
Yeah.
I think he needed like 2.5, 3 hours. But oh well, they'll do the Snyder Marvel cut.
Yeah.
For the MCU.
The Snyder Marvel cut.
That'd be dope. But
I'd pay for that.
who would you cast as Johnny Blaze?
I don't know. I think most of my opinions. I'm not as familiar with that character as I am with the other Marvel characters.
Right.
I'd say if given the opportunity, I kind of want to say like what's the guy's name from The Boys?
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. I know
he's gonna be Wolverine. No,
I don't. I know that he was gonna be cast as Wolverine. I think he'd be an okay Wolverine, but I honestly think he'd be a pretty good Ghost Rider as well.
He would be a good writer, but I'd rather see him as Wolverine.
Okay, that's true. Who would you cast?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I know there's someone who's right for the picking to be a superhero character, and that's John Hamm. He has got the look. He could be like any superhero. I'd pick John Hamm, dude.
I can see that.
Oh man, have you seen what was it? Baby Driver?
Yeah,
where he got psychotic and yes, he was.
You know what? Yeah, maybe I might change my mind. He would be a pretty good Ghost Rider.
Yeah, he would be sick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely be better than Nicolas Cage. Not downing Nicolas Cage or anything, but my goodness.
And Carl Urban would be Wolverine.
Maybe. We
don't know.
We don't know.
I'm going Carl Urban. Hashtag Carl Urban Wolverine. I'm starting a movement tonight, dude.
Started by Ernesto Gonzalez.
That's right.
All right, next topic. Michael Keaton has officially been confirmed as Batman. I think we had some problems last week with like Christian Bale maybe coming in replacing like, it's Michael Keaton. He's back.
Oh, it's so funny. Him. We reported that, hey, man, Michael Keaton's backing out, and then like we release our show.
The day after.
And the day after, like, hey, Michael Keaton just confirmed for.
And that was the whole like topic of the podcast. Like, what are you doing, DC? It's like, oh, okay. They wanted to mess with us.
Since it's confirmed, what do you think?
Cool. I mean, my opinion hasn't changed. I think that's great. I think that's cool that he's coming back as Batman, like an older Batman. The fact that they might be doing like a Batman Beyond storyline with the older Batman is going to come back to like help the Flash, help a younger Flash. So that's pretty cool. My opinion hasn't changed. That's cool.
And it's also I'm all for it. I think it's cool, man. Like I was disappointed that Keaton wasn't going to come in, and then Christian Bale was, but he's coming in, so I'm like all about it, dude. And we get to see him and Ben Affleck's Batman in the same movie. Oh, dude, I'm stoked, man.
I'm super happy.
It's good news, really good news.
Swell indeed. All right, well that was a short topic.
No, I mean keep going. I mean like, are you stoked for this like Flashpoint movie?
Yes, I can't find my phone, which is why I'm looking all of it. I'm stoked. I'm happy. I'm positively all right with it.
Yeah.
I just don't know how DC's going to handle it at this point, knowing that they're going to like delete the Snyder Cut essentially. So we'll see what happens. I am excited. I do really like Ezra Miller's Flash now that the Snyderverse has come out, and I've actually seen the real Ezra Miller as he was supposed to be.
What he's capable of, his power set and stuff. Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm definitely excited, but again, I don't think there's too much to say about that now because my opinion hasn't really changed at all.
Got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What if we just get Keaton as Bruce Wayne and we don't get him in the Batsuit? Will you be disappointed?
Painfully. What a waste. What a waste.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm like, oh, please don't let that happen.
That's like casting a different Flash as the Flash.
I bet you Keaton's going to hit the gym, dude. He's going to get he's going to get ripped, man.
How old is that guy now,
like
though?
In his 70s? But,
wow.
But they don't test for steroids in Hollywood.
You're right.
Just ask Sylvester Stallone and Arnold. They don't test for that stuff. They don't test for human HGH or whatever in Hollywood, so they'll be okay.
That makes sense. There it is. I found it. All right. So the Oscars came out recently. I don't know if anyone else cares, but I forgot that it came out, and it has. And some people care, like the 2 people in America who watched it, and everyone else just kind of went about their days. But as it's movie news, and we're here to report movie news and comment on movie news, we're going to talk about this stuff.
Dude, I didn't even know it happened like this weekend.
I'm
sorry, man. I was like, get the kind of like Oscars came out this weekend. I was like, really?
Now I'm gonna have to. You hurt me.
I'm gonna put $1 in the swear jar, kids. Don't worry.
Mr.
Gonzalez is sorry.
All right. So the winners of what Oscars was this? Like the 64th.
I know Homeboy got best supporting actor for the Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah, that guy.
He did pretty good.
The guy from Get Out.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he did pretty good.
He's a good actor. I'll give him that, even though I haven't seen the movie.
And then I saw it though, but yeah, Anthony Hopkins won for Father.
I like that Anthony Hopkins one. And, I love me some Anthony Hopkins.
What's her name?
I haven't seen the movie, but I
Best
just like that it
actress
won.
for No Man Land. What's her name? That's her second one because she's won.
I know her name. I promise I do, but I'm gonna look it up because I'm cheating. Where is it?
What's her name? I think that's her second one. She's won.
Dagnabbit. Wait. Frances McDormand.
Frances McDormand.
You know she's married to one of the Coen brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
And you know that what? No, that's not her. That's another person. I'll say, isn't what's her name? Maya Rudolph married to the other one, but that's
probably
that's G.W. Anderson or whatever his name.
Possibly. I know random Hollywood facts, and that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, me too.
It's nothing useful. I know it. It's in the back of my mind. All right, so for the winners of this, whichever the Oscars this is, like writing for original screenplay went to Promising Young Women, so that was cool. Woman. Writing adapted screenplay, The Father. That was the.
Is that about a pope? Is he the pope or what?
No, it's a guy with dementia.
Oh,
so
is he a pope with dementia?
It could be.
Okay.
He was in two popes.
I thought he was a pope. He looked like a pope. I thought he was like, "Hey, I'm the pope. I'm a crazy guy."
Is that the pope talking like, "I'm the pope. I'm the crazy
He's
guy."
Italian. They're Italian, man. They're from Italy.
But he's talking like Mario.
I'm a Mario.
I'm going to talk to you about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm going to go save the Princess Peach. All right, international feature, another round.
That was really good, Don. That's like,
all right, cool, thanks.
That's your best acting you've ever done. Ever.
I should get a supporting actor.
Oh, man.
Yeah. International feature film, Another Round, which honestly sounds like a movie that you would direct. Another Round.
It's about
drinking?
It
is about drinking.
Okay, well, that's kind of...
He would do that.
That's kind of deep.
Actor in a supporting role, Daniel Kulaku is the guy in Get Out. So, yeah, he won that one. Makeup, hairstyling, that one. Costume design, also that one. I don't know how to pronounce it. Directing, Nomadland. I'm going to produce.
That's on Hulu, man. That's a show about like people who are like they've lost their homes and it's an she's a good actress, man. She win for 3 signs out of Oklahoma City or something like that. What was it?
She did, but that's a horror.
3 billboards outside.
3 billboards outside of Edmonton, Missouri. That was a horrible butcher of the name. It's so bad.
3 signs out of Oklahoma
But yes,
City.
she did win, and I think I've seen like its and pieces of her acting in this one. She deserves it. She was really good.
I think she won one for Fargo too.
No, she did. I think she did win.
She probably won 3 already, huh?
She's doing good for herself.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Go, girl! What's up?
And she was directed by the Coen brothers in that one.
Wow.
So directing, the director of Nomadland, Chloe Zhao. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Probably that. Sound design, Sound of Metal. Shocker. Short film, Two Distant Strangers. That's interesting. Short film animated, If Anything Happens, I Love You.
I love you.
Animated feature, Soul. Thank God. Obviously, maybe it should have won Best Picture.
Man. Yeah, it was really good. Dude.
I don't know. I think Soul deserved a little more praise than that. That was a pretty good movie. Documentary, Colette. Yeah, sure.
Colette.
Yes. This is an interesting one. Documentary, My Octopus Teacher. And it's a guy swimming next to an octopus. It looks so cool. It's like Finding Nemo, but with the humans are like swimming next to the octopus.
That was me. The octopus would like grab my face.
Yeah.
Face hugger. Surgically removed.
Face hugger the movie. This one should get you in a row. Visual effects. Tenet.
Oh my God. Are you serious? That won an Oscar.
It deserved it.
No,
it was
it
good.
did not.
Did you see the movie? I know you didn't like it, but it deserved best special effects. It was good special effects. You got to admit.
I'm trying to think of who else has special effects this year.
A giant plane smashing into a building.
I
for
guess,
real.
man.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know you didn't like the movie. Actress in a supporting role. Yeah. I'm not even gonna try. It's the lady in Minari. Minari. I didn't even. The grandmother in Minari, as I'm corrected. Production design, Mank. That makes sense. Cinematography, also Mank. David Fincher deserves a cinematography win for once. Yes.
Didn't Parasite win Best Film last year?
It did win Best Film.
Okay, that's right. It was Parasite last year. Right? Okay.
Yeah, Parasite won Best Film. It did. Film editing, Sound of Metal. That's the only one of the films that I'm actually interested in seeing other than Soul.
Now, I want to see No Man Land because if she won the Oscar for Best Actress, I want to see it, man.
I've seen like the segments where like she's gotten the reason why she's got, you know when the Academy Awards like plays the clip of like this is the reason she got this part. I've seen those clips. She's really good. I don't feel like I need to see the movie. Music, original score, Soul, great. They got another Oscar. That's 2 Oscars for Soul. Music for original song, Fight for You. That was for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh.
And best... Oh, wait. No. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Best actress in a leading role, Frances McDormand. Actor in a leading role, Anthony Hopkins. Best picture was Nomadland.
So the best... Yeah, I had to watch. It's on Hulu. I haven't even watched it yet. Mm-hmm. I really don't watch Minari, man, because like I said, I'm a big Stephen Yeun fan. Yeun fan.
It does look
from
interesting.
The Walking Dead. And he's the voice of Invincible, this new cartoon I've been watching on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. Like, I want to watch these movies, but none of them, like, have, like, a feel-good... I don't know. Maybe it's just... I don't feel that. I don't know, man.
I don't think the movies need to be feel-good. I just think they need to be... Not
uplifting?
Not necessarily acceptable, but just something that's not, like, painfully depressing all the time. Like, I'm going to the theaters and either being preached to or, like, I'm walking out like, I need to take a shower because I feel so awful. It's like going to the movies and watching Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
No, it's like...
It's a good movie, but I feel awful afterwards.
It's like going to the movie and watching Tenet. You feel robbed. Like, you want to go watch something good, and you're like, what the hell is this?
What was this? Which is all...
He's like doing backwards fighting, and the
That's
bullets
essentially all you were doing.
The bullets are going back in the gun as he's reloading, and I was like, okay, man. All right, bro.
You did not like that movie. Tenet was not your favorite.
I was like, he made Inception. She made Inception. Just give him a pass.
He made The Dark Knight.
He made The Dark Knight. He made Interstellar. It's okay.
It's all right. Give him a pass.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, give him a pass. I am happy that David Fincher got a Best Cinematography win. Yeah. He's been nominated in the past for like Social Network. Even Girl with the Dragon Tattoo got a nomination, but Mank won. So I'm happy for that.
Have you seen Mank?
I have no interest in seeing it at all.
Wow.
It just looks boring. Wow. It was made on a... It was about the making of... what's it called? Citizen Kane. Thank you.
You know what? The Academy Awards should make Best Blockbuster. Like the best popcorn movie.
I don't think that's fair because there are a lot of blockbusters that are legitimately... because there are a lot of... That's just like putting them in a box. Like, this is just a blockbuster. It's not a good movie. It's a blockbuster.
Or most money made this year. That's a thing.
I don't know. Well, here's the deal. Like, Mad Max Fury Road, Mad Max Fury Road got nominated for a crap ton of awards, and it deserved it. I think it actually deserved all the awards because that movie did something that none of the movies that year did. That movie was insane. No one could make that movie except George Miller. That was crazy.
But it wasn't perfect though by a long shot, man.
No movie's perfect.
I mean, it was all practical and looked insanely crazy, but the story was bare. The story was bare bones, but it didn't. It wasn't a movie that focused on the story. Tom Hardy's like, hey, he's doing this weird accent.
He did good. Listen, if you are in a desert, what would you be saying?
Yeah.
You were surrounded by nobody. You're gonna want a bunch of white pasty dudes following you the whole time.
He was like, Mad Max or something.
I am the one who runs from everyone because I'm crazy.
He's like, that's my car.
That's my car. That's my head. When he threw it past his head, that's my head. When he's driving past his car.
Don't get me wrong. I love that movie, man. But it wasn't perfect. Oh, and speaking of Mad Max Fury Road, they just started production on
Furiosa,
the prequel with
starring
Chris Hemsworth.
No, not Chris Hemsworth. Who's
Chris
the chick?
Hemsworth.
No. Who's the chick? It's a Furiosa prequel. Who's the chick that was in the chess series on Netflix?
Queen's Gambit.
Anya Taylor-Joy. She plays a young Furiosa.
Yeah, but Chris Hemsworth is playing a character in that movie.
Cool, but who cares about him? We got young Furiosa.
Thor, man. What do you mean? Who cares, man? It's gonna.
I'll watch it. It's nice that he's in there, but I'm not going in for him. I want to see young Furiosa.
I want to see him do because we wouldn't have young Furiosa if they wouldn't have made her as a side character on Mad Max.
They wouldn't. So, like in Mad Max's own movie, Furiosa kind of eclipsed him. a little bit.
So he might be eclipse her. You know what I'm saying? You never know, dog.
No, I'm because of like the chess series. Like, what was it? I'm forgetting.
Queen's
Gambit. Because of that series.
This guy.
Because of because of that series that came. I didn't really like respect. I think Anya Taylor-Joy was good. I never saw her as great, but then I saw Emma, and then I saw that series. She's awesome.
She's pretty good,
and she could really kick butt.
She was in Glass too. Glass and
she was in Glass and
the other one.
Split. Thank you.
Yeah,
you need to just be in the background, and just tell me names because I forget them all the time.
Caitlin Cook producing duties. Here she goes. What's up, girl? Oh!
But either way, I respected her so much from those series. At seeing her act that well, and she deserves all the acting awards for what she did in Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, for sure.
She did so well.
No, but I'm just saying Chris Hemsworth in this world. I wonder how his style, his.
Mm-hmm.
Man, because her look, she had that robot arm, and it was mechanical, but had it was like a lawnmower motor on a freaking arm. She could pull the cord, and her arm would work. I can't imagine what he's gonna look like, because they look the production value and the makeup and the costumes and the designs gonna look.
Oh my god,
it's gonna look insane.
Everything was great.
Does he go scorch earth and he's all, deteriorate?
Maybe.
Yeah,
This is, and I believe this is George Miller's production. This is George Miller's going to direct as well. So I can't believe that man actually still directing. He's ancient. He's 70-something years old, and he's still making Mad
George
Max
Miller,
Fury
we're glad
Road.
you're alive making Mad Max movies. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Dude, no, I'm thankful. I'm impressed. He's that old and he's making Mad Max Fury Road. That's a young man's movie, but he's 70-something and he's making that movie. That's impressive. That's awesome. So George Miller, you're the man.
You're the man.
Cool.
Okay, well, we don't talk about sports here very much in the Zillo Boys podcast. And it just so happens that the draft is happening on Thursday. Well, at least the first round. And here in the Zillo Boys podcast, we're Dallas Cowboy fans. Well, at least I am. And I just want to talk a little bit about the draft. And I think, hopefully, this year we go defense. We have a pretty high pick, and we could get Dak got hurt last year, but we were on track to score a bunch of points and set records. But it wouldn't have meant nothing if we can't stop anybody. We had historically bad defense. Yep. So with this pick, they could pick a defensive player that could probably change the way our defense is played. And I hope we get a defensive player.
If they give Dak the ability to have a good defense and give him time, I think that'll accelerate him as a quarterback way more. Because a lot of people have been dissing him. I think he's a really good quarterback, and he's a great running quarterback.
Right.
He's one of the few quarterbacks that can actually book it.
But he's not going to run any because he just broke his ankle. So
I know. But so he needs a defense. He needs someone that can actually guard him and not just let him by every single time.
Well, Sean Lee retired yesterday, our middle linebacker. So I think they should go middle linebacker or corner, but if they do go offense, it has to be offensive lineman. So we will see. I'm not saying we're going to win the Super Bowl next year.
No, we're going to win the Super Bowl. Cowboys going to win. This is our year. We're going to win.
But I just want to say, good luck to everybody in the draft. Hope we get a good draft. Hope we get a good draft and hope we get some good players and get a good team next year.
Please, we need something to be proud of, Cowboys. Please be good this year.
I mean, go defense. Go defense.
We say it every year, but they never really do that great.
I know, man.
But we're optimistic.
We're optimistic.
Yeah.
Optimistic. All right, that's all I want to say.
Cool.
Go Cowboys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Zillo Boys podcast. As always, please subscribe. We are a very small growing channel, and any subscriptions would be great. And if you have subscribed, thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for those who are interested in seeing us talk about nonsense and movies for a while.
Hey, this is not nonsense, people. This is important stuff.
Important nonsense.
Important nonsense stuff.
Yes. But anyway, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Also, click the notification bar, the little bell to go ding, ding, ding. And if you're interested, we also have a bunch of podcasts on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all those other places where you can find podcasts. And I'm sure we're on a bunch of other networks as well.
Just put podcast.com and then put the Zillo Boys and it will pop up.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And we'll be right there. All right, that's all you got to do.
Yeah. And if you haven't watched it, go check out our Mortal Kombat reaction video.
Oh, yeah, and I saw you spill beer on my carpet, fool. That's some bullshit, dog.
I am shocked you didn't see that.
I was studying the movie and being all trying to be, precise with my criticism, and then you take advantage of that.
You were so laser focused, and I was spilling beer right in front of you, and you didn't see it. That's commitment on your part.
You pull the Wile E. Coyote look, ooh, hey, look at here.
You didn't see that? Oh, no.
All right, we just want to say thank you for Caitlin for being the producer tonight.
Thank you, Caitlin.
chiming in.
Caitlin's hand being the corrector, the thumb.
There's a thumb right there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
That's her thumb.
like the video.
Do the thumbs up. What she's doing.
Subscribe.
For those
right
of you who are
there.
deaf and for some reason listening.
Look, I'm
do that.
squishing Jacob's head. I'm squishing his head. All right. Roll those credits, baby. Good show.